all right, let me leap out of that. What I get from out of it, and then you tell me what you think. Is that God kind of makes man and has designed man to bring that order out of chaos.
That God uses man,
Yeah.
absolutely, to work.
So let's bring that to 2018. So, so many times I hear men say things like, I would do better if everything was perfect.
Yeah,
And what I'm thinking is, well, if everything was perfect, we wouldn't need you.
right,
Because God makes man to bring order out of chaos.
right.
He puts, and so it's like that marriage is chaos. That company is chaos. To make money in this world is chaos. Those kids are chaos.
Right.
That's part of life. And
Right.
what it is, you need a man. And so many men are thinking, well, when everything is perfect, then I'll be the man I'm supposed to be.
Right.
Well, that's when we don't need you.
Right. The whole phrase "a husband." It's not. We use it just for
Right.
marriage, husbands and wives, right? But husbandry is keeping a garden.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And a garden would be a weed patch, right? Without a husbandman,
Yes,
to use the old word.
yes, yes.
So that's kind of how man has been designed. There's a great book, the one that really inspired me for that thought. See, and some of these thoughts, I don't know, I can get abstract sometimes, but is a book called "Knowledge is Power" by George Gilder, something like that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he talks about chaos in the sense of things in entropy, things just kind of slipping into a form of disorder, and that the entrepreneur, and he's speaking about in the context of economies and businesses, the entrepreneur's job is to organize something out of chaos. And
Perfect,
he says, this is
yes.
what entrepreneurs always do. The best entrepreneurs find a situation. He says there's got to be sub-factors that are good. There's got to be some economic stability in the background. But when you find, disorder, an entrepreneur's job, right, is to make sense out of that disorder. So he ends up organizing in the disorder, and he makes a lot of money.
Well, yeah. So let's think about that. That's like Uber. The chaos is, how does my wife get home when I'm not here?
Right.
There's the chaos. A guy who's an entrepreneur thinks up of this company called Uber that now my wife can see the blah, 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 and that's eBay. How do I sell this old hat that I don't
Right.
use anymore? That's the chaos.
Yeah, and part of the chaos would be going to like we call them flea markets in America, where there's just massive chaos and shysters and homeless people, and you just get the whole picture and say, no, we can do this better, and you organize something
Yeah.
that's more to the point and more effective, right? That's what entrepreneurs do. That's why every preacher. Now, let me segue to the second part of discipleship, right? We're talking about discipleship in the sense of replicating a ministry model that's working and touching people and winning souls for Christ and making believers into followers of Christ. You have to have an entrepreneurial spirit to function in that, because every time we send somebody out, he's gonna, in a sense, we're sending him into chaos, right? In disorganization. And if you're talking about the individual life of a person that just gets saved, the chaos they're facing, or just there's nothing naturally in the favor of what he's doing. He's got to have to go out and organize it completely through hard work, prayer, dominion.